When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
At Security First, we support all the essential banking stuff, like school sports. We also support mobile deposits. But have you ever heard a mobile deposit belt out your school fight song with a mouthful of popcorn? I don't think so. Any bank these days can snap a picture of your check. Only a community bank could snap a picture of you spilling your nachos as your team scores the game-winning point. Security First, the bank you cheer with. Member FDIC.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business. Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Things were a little different back in 1979, but at McKee Ford, our approach to customer service hasn't changed. We're a family-owned and operated dealership with a commitment to respect and integrity. That's why we offer a fully transparent buying process and a 14-day exchange program. Because we care about Rapid City, the community we've been serving for generations, and plan to serve for many more. McKee Ford. See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Could you use some extra cash? Every Thursday night, we're hosting Chase the Pink Ace with a large jackpot and growing jackpot. I'm RF Bowie, the founder of Team Bowie Cares. 100% of the profits go to local cancer patients fighting their fight. You can get your tickets at any business inside Al's Oasis or online at chasethepinkace.org. Drawing is held every Thursday night at 8:08 p.m. at the Last Chance Saloon inside Al's Oasis. Thanks for caring.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
At Security First, we support all the essential banking stuff, like school sports. We also support mobile deposits. But have you ever heard a mobile deposit belt out your school fight song with a mouthful of popcorn? I don't think so. Any bank these days could snap a picture of your check. Only a community bank could snap a picture of you spilling your nachos as your team scores the game-winning point. Security First, the bank you cheer with. Member FDIC.
Test 1 2 test test test. Testing 1 2 test test mic test. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to GoCobblersLive.com and to tonight's Class AA Boys Soccer Contest featuring the visiting Rapid City Stevens Raiders and your host, the Rapid City Central Cobblers. This event is brought to you subscription-free on GoCobblersLive.com, LiveTicket.tv, and YouTube Central Cobblers.
Officials for tonight's match are Joe Helsendinger, Matt Reedy, and Keith Smith. These officials are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and hired by mutual consent of the schools participating in this event. Let's meet the starters first for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Number 3, a defender, Colton Kuiper. Number 4, defender, Logan Ward. Forward, number 7, Miles Wright. Midfielder, number 10, Matthew Krubik. Midfielder, number 13, Trent Poliski. Defender, number 14, Karsten Presley. Forward, number 15, Robbie Moreland. Defender, number 16, DeAndre Hanamichael. Midfielder, number 19, Josh Mueller. Defender number 42, Ethan Marshall. And the goal for the Raiders, number 0, Creed Tennyson. Assistant coaches for the Raiders are Phil Bushing, Ross Moriarty. Head coach is Mr. Jeff Fierro.
Public address announcer listed the Stevens starters. And now we'll have the Cobblers line up, starting for the Cobblers. Number 3, senior Elijah Sullivan. Senior number 10, a midfielder, Hudson Pitts. A senior midfielder, Kaiden Blackout Volkman. It's going to be number 19. Number 20, a senior midfielder and defender, Jamin Guatemala, gets a start, along with junior forward, number 21, Noah Lip. And one of the captains, a senior defender, number 22, Tate Winter, fun player to watch. And junior, number 23 defender, Chase Kepler. And a sophomore in midfield and defense, number 24, Peter Sales. And he'll also be in midfield with number 27, sophomore, Gavin Callahan. And rounding out the field players for the Cobblers, number 30, a junior defender, Jackson Bergman. And in the goal tonight for the Cobblers is junior, number 00, Marcus Callahan. Again, the Raiders were listed earlier. We'll take a run through the Raiders. For the Stevens Raiders, number 42, Ethan Marshall, a sophomore, gets a start. The senior midfielder, number 19, Josh Mueller. A sophomore defender, number 16, DeAndre Hanemichael. A junior forward, number 15, Ravi Moreland. A junior defenseman, number 14, Carson Presley. A senior midfielder, one of the captains, Trent Poliski. A junior midfielder, number 10, Matthew Grubik. A sophomore forward, number 7, Miles Wright. A senior defender, number 4, Logan Ward. And rounding out the field players for the Raiders, a junior defender, number 3, Colton Kuiper. And the keeper for the Raiders tonight is also number 0, and that's going to be junior Creed Tennyson. So this will be the team's first meeting this year. They have another one coming up on September 25th where they just flip who's host and who's away. A little recap on the Raiders. The visiting Raiders come into this one 7-1-1. They're coming off a 2024 campaign of 12-2-1 where they lost a tough quarterfinal versus Watertown right here at Sioux Park. So far this season, they started 5-0 with wins over Yankton, O'Gorman, Mitchell, Huron, Pierre, then suffered their first loss and only loss to Aberdeen Central, and then came back with a tough game with goals were hard to come by, a tie against Sturgis right here at Sioux Park. And then they went on the road to kind of regroup, and they rebounded, responded nicely with wins over Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley. The Cobblers come into this one 1-5-2 off of a 2024 campaign of 2-9-1. And their wins this year has been against Douglas 4-0, and they tied against Huron and against Mitchell. Their early losses came to Yankton, Aberdeen Central, Pierre, and Sturgis. So as both teams get going here, we right away have Poliski working up the sideline. He's in the corner, pushes it back to Grubik. Grubik pulls the ball, tries to get a center in. He does, but it goes off of the Cobblers' number 21, and that's going to be junior Noah Lip. Does a nice job. Raiders play it all the way back to Tennyson. Tennyson will survey the field, and he'll push it out to the left. And that's going to be to Logan Ward. He'll work it up the left side. They try a through ball. Cobblers are right there, and they'll play the ball back and try to play it up. Moreland blocks it, but it casually goes back to defense. Lip will try a ball over the top direct, and it's going to be speed on speed here. Cobblers get the first touch. Tennyson comes out and just picks up the ball. Just enough pressure by Hanemichael on Tate Winter, who came out of the back. Oh, nope, he's coming out of his midfield position to go direct. So Cobblers, like other teams, are trying to go over the top of the Raider defense and just speed on speed. That time, Hanemichael had enough to just keep Winter off until Tennyson could make a play. Raiders work the ball up the sideline, the near sideline in your screen. And that's a nice overlapping run there. He's clear. That's Mueller. Mueller looks back, cutback pass, and a shot to goal. Deflected. That's going to be number 7, sophomore. For the Raiders, Miles Wright in the second minute with the assist and a nice cutback pass by number 19, Josh Mueller. Just unlucky for the Cobbler back line. The back line looks, it is number 20, Guatemala number 30, which is Jackson Bergman, I believe. Yes, that's right. Number 20, and I can't see the far side. That's number 3 who just turned for us. So that's Guatemala, Bergman, and Elijah Sullivan all playing in the back. And just some bad luck where the ball deflected and beat the keeper, Marcus Callahan. So the Raiders go on the board in this one, 1-0. And just so you know, if the clock in the lower right portion of your screen goes out, there are some technical difficulties that they're working on here, but you will see the game clock will go in and out. So be patient, and The public address announcer, Jordan Bauer, will keep us informed if needed, and I will try to relay that time information if it is not showing in the corner. Hanemichael plays it out of the middle. Over to Ward. Ward chips it up to Moreland. Great job there by the Cobbler defense. And that's Noah Lip, who's playing actually in the back line as well. And that was a great job by him, the junior, to head that ball out of there. This ball goes over the top. Grubik is going to get on the end of it. He does find the end of it, keeps it in bounds. 1v1 against Guatemala here on the side. He gives a little inside out. He's got an angle, cuts back. Moreland's congested there by a host of Cobblers. Good defensive organization there as the cutback pass was on angle to Moreland, but two Cobblers were there to knock it away. Raiders keep the ball in the Cobbler half. Ward back to Hanemichael. Hanemichael dribbles up to the middle of the field, looking for angles here. Gets it out wide to Marshall. Marshall pushes it to Grubik, pretty tight. Oh, nice little ball move. And Poliski will play it back to try to create space. He goes back to Mueller. Mueller switches fields all the way over to Ward. Ward tries to go through the middle, but right there is Cobbler, number 30, Bergman. Raiders get it back off a deflection. It's going to be a shot by Wright, and it's high and wide as the goalkeeper Callahan just watched that one sail over his head harmlessly. He'll set the ball. See if he goes short. He does. Pressure by Moreland. And the Cobblers are forced to try to kick it out, and they do out of bounds. They'll win the throw here. Sullivan, senior defender, number 3, Elijah Sullivan. Good throw, goes long throw, but it's headed out of bounds off of Raider number 3, Colton Kuiper. Yep, that's correct. And that'll go out of bounds off of the Cobblers. That looks to be Volkman, Black Elk Volkman, number 19, who's a very skilled and dangerous player. So Cobblers early on trying to get him the ball. Grubik with the little flick, but right there again was, guess who? So far we've called his name a lot. That's number 21 for the Cobblers. Listed as a junior forward midfielder playing left center back. Oh, Winner comes through off of a kind of a pinball situation, and the ball bounces up, and Hanemichael gets in there, steals it back, and a lot of change of possession through the middle of the field early on here as a team gets a little bit of momentum. The opponent is right there to stymie any build-up. Both teams looking for some build-up and possession, but both teams opting to try to go more direct. This is a tough ball, but nicely headed back all the way to Callahan with the win on it. It appeared that it might go over his head, but I have a pretty good feeling that he dialed it in and just maybe jumped a little too soon. But at any rate, Raider ball off of the out of bounds by the Cobblers. Winner putting on pressure on Hanemichael, forces a pass to Moreland. Backheeled by Poliski. Poliski somehow gets it back. He'll dribble out of the middle and play it back to Ward. Ward's going to look up the field to the left line to right. Right, see if he overlaps with Poliski. He doesn't. Goes middle, takes another driving shot. This one still a little high, a little wide, but it's getting closer to frame each time for his second attempt there. So far, neither team has had a corner in this one. As you can see the flags here on the south side of the stadium blowing pretty consistently to the south. So the wind definitely having a little bit of factor for both teams being able to judge the weight and pace they put on a ball. This one's sent in, and it looked like the Cobbler player barely touched that towards the Raider end line, and it sailed out of bounds at giving the throw in around the 20. So that wind really drove it to the right side of your screen. Nice job there to get in and break that pass up by number 30, Bergman for the Cobblers. Grubik plays it back to, nope, he skips Hanemichael, goes all the way back to Tennyson. Tennyson switches it over to Ward on the left side. Poliski through the middle, has a little space. Cobblers there, Winter's coming up on it, and out comes Tennyson. Tennyson paused and then came off his line. Winter had a beat on the ball. The ball took kind of an odd bounce, so he had to time at stride for the right angle, and just enough separation for Tennyson to come out. Nice job of body control by Grubik there to get the ball down the line to Marshall. Marshall goes middle. Sullivan tries to kick it out, goes straight up. Volkman's there, headed down by right to Poliski. Poliski back to Kuiper. Kuiper up to right. Right, all the way back to Hanemichael, trying to make the Cobblers chase and creating angles so they can get a build-up with triangulated passes there. Ward now dribbles into a seam to draw defenders, pushes it back over to Hanemichael. The Raiders really being patient here. Hard touch off Moreland is going to give it away. See if the Cobblers can counter. They try, but that touch was just too much on it, and not even somebody that hustles and as quick as Winter is going to get to that one. Hanemichael, Poliski, Marshall, Mueller. A little touch down the line. Nice, good roller to Grubik. Grubik keeps it in. Grubik 1v1 versus Jamin Guatemala again. This time left foot takes it in. Right's there. One-timer just over the bar. Good half volley by the sophomore, number 7, Miles Wright, who's definitely showing some good skill here. And again, that driving wind pushing the ball to the south is being a challenge for these players to just put that right amount of weight and touch on it. Obviously, Miles was hoping that one would dip, but the velocity of the wind just kept it on a line. Out of bounds to the Raiders. Let's see if the Cobblers here, yep, they're moving up their line. It seems like they're going to want to try to put some more pressure on the Raiders so they can't build up, as their back line now is on around the 40, which they were about on the 30 just a couple possessions ago. And actually, they'll run and mark. Good aggressive marking by the Cobblers. Little back heel, though, makes some space. And there's a touch and onside to right. Right is going to be called offside. The flag comes up right down in front of you here on the near side of the bottom of your camera. The AR put his flag up. It looked like he was a little offside. Tough to call from our angle. We're not straight on. At either rate, Cobblers kick it out. A nice hard low kick goes to Winter. They're really trying to play the ball through Volkman and Winter. Actually, that's no, mark that. That's not 22. That's 23. Chase Kepler. Both Kepler and Winter, 22 and 23, and from the far side, it's a little tough to tell, but we'll do our best. It looks like I might be able, oh, nope, they both have white shoes. Way to go, guys. Way to coordinate. So we'll make sure we do our best. So we apologize to Tate and Chase if we interchange them. We'll try to get it right. Sullivan winds up, big throw to the Raiders. Mueller keeps it in bounds. Pressured there by number 24, Peter Sales. And again, the change of possession in the middle of the field. Who's going to be able to work the ball out of the middle to create a chance? This one goes off a Cobbler back to Tennyson. He sweeps it up and he'll roll it out to Hanemichael. Hanemichael back to Tennyson. Tennyson has to dribble a couple times, gets it to Poliski. Poliski with a nice little move over to Colton Kuiper. Kuiper tries to go off of Volkman. Volkman is there, knocks it down. Pass to Volkman in the inside, a little try to piss over a shot, just wide. I don't know if Winter got a little touch. I think he got a little touch on it to send it to Kepler, and Kepler had a look. Had maybe Tennyson to the near side of your screen net and just went wide with his shot. Goal kick for the Raiders. They'll drive it down the field with the wind, and they'll put pressure on the ball. 2-on-1. Lip has just got to send it up. He does to Volkman. Great job. And it comes to the feet of, that looks like 24 Sales. And it'll go out of bounds. Both teams calling for it. Mockabee, quick throw. Over to Mueller. Mueller with the flick, but too much. And Lip will watch that one go out of bounds. Callahan will take the assist from the ball retriever, and we'll go from there. Played out by Pitts. Pitts tries to go down the field, but Hanemichael's there to Grubik. Grubik back to Hanemichael. Hanemichael plays it over to Ward. Ward, couple dribbles, draws a defense, goes to Mueller. Mueller with the soft touch back to Kuiper. Kuiper doesn't quite switch fields, but goes back to the middle. Hanemichael sees a lot of green. He gets it to Poliski with a decent touch. He'll get it back to Marshall. Cobblers now chasing. Marshall tries to put a little English on it. He gets it, but Mueller was flailed his left foot out there to try to get a touch to the middle where Wright and Mockabee was on the far side were there, but he just couldn't get a touch on it. That ball will go off of Kuiper to Mockabee. Mockabee tries to go middle, but Cobblers were there. Wright tries to go outside to Mockabee, but Cobblers are going to keep it in the fence, but kick it over the track. With 15 gone, it's 25-35 on the clock and running. The Raiders lead 1-0. Raider work the ball through the midfield. Marshall will get through there. As we said, there's technical. Oh, that ball took a wicked bounce, came off to Poliski, right to his feet. Unlucky for the Cobblers. Goal onside because the ball was struck. Took a really wicked short hop. Hit Callahan in the shoulder face area. The referee's checking to make sure it wasn't off the head, as it appeared to be. It happened so fast off of the drive of the Raider, and it went right to the feet of Trent Poliski, who will get the goal in the 16th minute. And the Raiders will take a 2-0 lead with just under 25 to go in this one. Not sure who to give that assist to because I don't know who struck it first. I don't know if it was Wright or Mueller. So if there's somebody out there that can help us out, that would be great. It just happened so fast. Might have even been Mockabee, just not sure. Anyway, we're back into play. Cobblers now with a sense of urgency. Good hustle there. Giving chase is number 27 who's in now. That's Gavin Callahan. And also in is number 17 who just throws the ball in. That is Alex Verminson, a junior. Pitts directing traffic. He'll be patient. He goes through, tries to get it to Kepler. Kepler has a touch on it. It goes off winner back to the Raiders. Raiders now leading by 2 goals. Ward is going to be patient and come off the back and bring it up. That's pushed to Kuiper. Kuiper gives chase, and Callahan did a nice job coming out and getting on the ball. And that was number 21 who kind of shouldered right down. Shoulder to shoulder is good in soccer. And that was Noah Lip with good work there to help his keeper. Volkman with a nice little through ball. It could get to the feet on a touch, but no. Tennyson shows some courage. Boy, just another fraction of a second, and Tate Winter gets a little bit more force behind that ball, and it could be a 2-1 game, but Tennyson came out and just had enough to get that on there. Thank you to Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine for a little snack and for all their services. Longtime trainer Paul Richter has done a great job building that program. You can see their trailer at many, many sporting events, and just been a great supporter of area athletics and partners with Rapid City area schools to provide sports medicine. That's Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Thank you, Paul and crew, giving the production staff and yours truly a little snack. So that'll work for us. So here we go. Raiders with the throw in. And, that was just a ball on the side going back to retriever. That's Kuiper to Maccabee. Flips it to Mueller. Mueller keeps it in. Good job. He's defended by Sullivan. And Pitts is just going to send this one into field number 2, or Sioux Park Southfield. Cobblers come out of there. Good aggressive defense. Hard, unlucky touch there for Winter, but they get it right back, and they're going to try to play it up the field to number 27, Gavin Callahan. And Hannah Michael runs the ball all the way back to Tennyson. Tennyson is not afraid to come off his line. Marshall now with a little bit of pace as he moves it up to Grubik. Grubik thought about a give and go, but decides to weave through the defense, tries to get it behind right, intercepted by the Cobblers. Now Black Elk Volkman tries to push through. It goes to right with the little move. Beats one Rick Cobbler. Can't beat a second. Sullivan holds his ground. Good job there by the senior defender, number 3, Elijah Sullivan. Just stonewalled the Raiders on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw is going to be to Marshall. Due to some injuries, Ethan has come in for the Raiders and done a nice job. And for the Cobblers, coming in off the bench and doing a nice job of hustling and making things a little bit harder on the right side for the Raiders is sophomore midfielder forward, number 27, Gavin Callahan. So good job there. The Raiders have a ball. Gets pushed through by Poliski. Right. Travels back. Gets it out wide to Kuiper. Kuiper 1v1 has to push it back to right. Right, thought about centering it, goes out to Kuiper instead. Kuiper takes a look at goal, doesn't do it. High line here by the Cobblers playing the offside trap. So Raiders are a little bit hesitant to throw the ball in there, especially with the wind. Marshall tries to, on the ground, get it to Mueller. It's intercepted by Gavin Callahan on cue. He's going to tip this one out to Black Elk. Volkman goes off of his feet out of bounds. And we're going to call back. Do we have a substitution? Yes. Coming in for the Cobblers is going to be number 2. That is Logan Bergman, and going off is going to be the sophomore number 24, Sales. Raiders play it to the middle. A lot of room there. I believe that's Presley. Plays it up to Mueller. Mueller takes a slop on the ball. Right. Pushes it back to Ward. Been solid back there. Presley pushes one through. Poliski tried to get a little flick on it to slow it down, but it rolls right to the keeper, Junior. In the bright orange tonight, Marcus Callahan, who boots one down the field. Looks like another player in for the Cobblers. That's number 9 who's checked in, I believe. Let's check one more time here. Pardon me, that's number 5, who is going to be on the, that's Tucker Larson, a freshman, coming off of the JV roster here. So Tucker will get his first look, number 5 for the Cobblers. Raiders lead 2-0. We'll wait for that clock to come back on to give you the time. I did not have a chance to set a watch, so Pitts switches field, plays all the way over to Sullivan. Maccabee gets a little touch. Sullivan wants to know if there was a little push. Maccabee gets the ball, throws it in for the Raiders. Referee says play on. This is a good ball. No, the flag's down. Poliski, crafty, very smart, didn't touch it. He knew he was offside. Let Maccabee on the overlapping run come and try to center it on the ground. Just no Raiders there, and a very aware Marcus Callahan went and took care of that attack. Marshall with the throw in. Presley gets it to right back to Poliski. Poliski thought about going back, and he does. Back to Ward. Ward thinks about Kuiper, but keeps the dribble. Goes longer. Let's see if he's on, and it's too far. But he had a sprinting Maccabee. There's a little more real estate on that sideline. That would have been a very, very well-managed run there, and a good chance for an attack. Little dribble by Mueller, keeps on it, and Raiders poke it out. That's number 21 again. Noah Lip, call his name a lot tonight because he's kind of been everywhere back there and has had some big plays. Larson goes to the ground to get that ball out. They can't clear, but they make the Raiders regroup. Poliski with a shot, driven off the crossbar. Oh, what a strike by Poliski, and just hit the crossbar so hard the goal actually lifted a little bit. And now Grubik tries to turn around a hustling Callahan. Can't. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw for the Cobblers and number 17, Alex Fermanson. Pitts tries to go with the outside of his right foot, and he does get it eventually to, that looks like Winter, but the Raiders knock it back. Poliski with a little flick. Mishandled. Wright is there. Shot just wide on the far post of your screen. That's going to be a goal kick, but Poliski was able to get that little touch with enough air under it for Wright to run on and stay on side. So as the half progresses here, we're 25 minutes in. The Raiders, I wouldn't say control, but they're having a little bit more possession. And the Cobblers still working that high line and trying to counter by going more direct over the top of the Raider defense. Callahan pushes it wide, pushes Lip back, but Lip handles that easily. Goes to the middle. Here's a combination of passes, just what Cobblers want to kind of get a rhythm going. They'll go all the way back to Callahan. He'll reset. Goes to Pitts. Pitts will be marked by Zolnowski now in for the Raiders. That's number 9 junior forward Kyler Zolnowski. As the Cobblers are content here just to get some rhythm, get some touches, get some possession. And now they go over the top, and nobody's home there. Logan Ward will just usher that back so Tennyson can get it, draw in the defender, and roll the ball quickly right out to Ward. Kind of a fill replace. No Cobbler there, but Ward's pass was a little bit too inside and is intercepted by the Cobblers. And that looks to be Kepler. Yep, it is. This one's driven in, and 2 Cobblers on the end of it. We'd be far post from the service, near post to your screen, and it just was too long. Tennyson saw it was going out, and so he just let it go, and Raiders will set up for a goal kick here. You're following Cobbler Boys Soccer on GoRaidersLive.com. LiveTicket.tv, subscription free. Raiders try to push up. It's a good ball. Contact, but Wright definitely had possession of the ball. Moreland takes a turn, drives it, but it's right at Callahan, who held his ground, got good position, good line of vision there for the junior keeper, and he makes the save look easy. shouldn't say easy save. Moreland drove that one pretty decent. Winner's not going to give up on this. He's going to try to give Hanemichael fits and make Tennyson play it at his feet. He does, and Kuiper can't keep it in bounds. So the hustle of Winner will win the Cobblers a throw-in, and they go quick. And they'll retain possession. And now the Raiders, it looks like Presley tracked back and got on that ball. Poliski gets a touch. Moreland gets a touch. Moreland a little long on that touch, and it goes right back to Larson and the Cobblers. They send it down the right side, but too long, out of bounds. Throw in your Raiders with 12 minutes to go in the first half of tilt number 1 of this crosstown rival double header. And in this one, the visiting Stevens Raiders lead the home team, Central Cobblers, 2-0. Poliski now to Moreland. Moreland, the flag is down. Flag is down. Moreland's onside. Takes a touch. Again, drives it right at the keeper. Was going to try to go far post to the keeper and bend it. But Callahan, what a great job of seeing it, reading it, and then cutting the angle and just knocking the ball down. And now a flag. No flag up. Just great work by number 10 for the Cobblers. And that's senior Hudson Pitts. Great job of recovering and tracking back on defense to mark Miles Wright, who's a very dangerous goal scorer for the Raiders. Poliski over to Mueller. Mueller pressured by Callahan. Out to Marshall, to Mueller, to Zolnowski. Zolnowski with the first touch. Poliski intercepted. Change of possession there a couple times, and Mueller will come up with it. He'll drive, a little knock, nothing there. A little through ball, great lift leg for Kuiper back into the middle, but Moreland has 2 Cobblers on him. Great job by Wright there to just give the impression that he was putting his foot out to trap the ball. Last second, just lifts that leg. The ball goes through with pace and run on. Here's a nice ball into Zolnowski and just can't find the end of it. He tried a volley, a true volley, and when he left the ground, 2 feet were in the air, and he gave it a flail with the right leg, but just couldn't get on it, even with his speed. And now I see, and for the Cobblers is number 9, sophomore Sebastian Banks. And Coach Zabrowski will bring in Sebastian, hoping to give the Cobblers some energy. Energetic, active player. Sales with the push up. I believe that's 24. Yep. He tried to push over the top, but Tennyson's there. And he'll throw it out wide to Kuiper. Kuiper misplays it, but keeps it in. And Wright is right there, but good job by the Cobbler. I believe that's number 17 on the far side now. Yep, junior defender. Number 17, Alex Verminson, has switched over to the right side and did a really textbook job there. This one goes wide, but Banks is right there. Zolnowski gives challenge, but he'll play it to Black Elk Volkman. He wants it at his feet. He's calling it, but Banks plays it to Gavin Callahan, who plays it to the middle. Flicked up by Lip. Looking for Winter. Winter gets a head on it, and he'll sprint for the ball. He gets a first touch. See if he can keep it in. He does. He's going to go down the left side. Winter, number 22, left foot, puts one in, and Tennyson doesn't take any chances, as it looked like running on was going to be number 27, who switched places as Winter went from the middle to the left. So Callahan just replaced, and he just couldn't get there to get behind the cross. Hanemichael to Zolnowski. Zolnowski with a little touch that gets a lift. Moreland is there. Moreland a touch up to Zolnowski. Zolnowski with his speed will try to beat the Cobblers, but a great angle taken. But I believe it's going to result in the game's first corner, and that'll go to the Raiders. So the first corner of the game, and it looks like senior number 19, Josh Mueller, is going to be over the ball, and that'll be on the bottom of your screen, right in front of you. Mueller with the right foot. It'll swing out. Three Raiders, more on the back post. Now Poliski comes short. He'll go short, overlap, see if he takes a touch left-footed. He does to the inside. Raiders are there. They get a touch on it. Kuiper got a foot on it, but not on frame. And Lip calmly drives it out, and he finds Winter. Winter turns to go outside. He does. Ball back in the middle. Great job there by, that looks like Marshall, who's back there with Presley. And then we're going to have a foul called, and it'll be a free kick for the Cobblers. They're about 40 out. Banks is over the ball. He goes short to Lip. Lip goes down the sideline to Sullivan. Sullivan drives. It's off of the hands of Tennyson. Pretty sure that was number 3, Elijah Sullivan, that he struck a laser and tried to go to the north corner, beat him short side, but Tennyson was there. Throw in for the Cobblers, and now we're going to have, I believe he's signaling a corner. And that would be the Cobblers' first corner, second of the game. And yes, I believe it is a corner as Banks is running to set the ball. Looks like he'll approach this left-footed, so it'll swing in. 4 Cobblers back post, 2 mid post. He'll go short to Lip, see if Lip sends it in. He does. Cobblers are there. Goal! Winner from Lip. Senior captain Tate Winner, Cobbler goal, and the clock just flashed, so we'll try to get a time for you recorded. I believe there was 6 minutes on the clock. 6:13. So in the 34th minute, goal by Winner, and Lip will get the assist. The Cobblers score with 6 to go in this half to erase the clean sheet for the Raiders. Banks went short. Lip drew the defense out and then put the ball in and just kind of disorganized the marking. Another ball over the top and another streak to it. Cobblers are there. See if they get a touch. Hanemichael gets in the way, and the Cobblers, though, retain possession in the corner. And we have a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a Raider free kick. Looks like there might have been a tug on the shirt in that corner, and Hanemichael will stand behind the ball. 5.5 to go. Cobblers, the home team, 1. The visiting Raiders, 2. And it just seemed when the Cobblers took their time patiently passing the ball back and forth, getting in the rhythm, ever since then, they've just had a little bit more production offensively. Here's a little chip by Grubik. Not on frame, goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. But the Cobblers, after that patient possession, just seemed to be a little more dialed in, and that was a good set piece, good design, and it paid off with with perfect execution, really, when it results in a goal. 4.5 to go. Clock's back on. I think you can see in the bottom of your screen, and it's going off. And Moreland gives pressure. Lip with a nice little inside deke, outside move. Gets it up to Winter again, gets a touch on it. He's been busy. He's going to earn his water. Excuse me, that's not Winter. Winter's up there, but that's number 26 now. That's gone more to the center, and Winter has gone to the right. Chance Herrera. I think all the boys went to the same barber downtown in the last couple of weeks, at least 22, 23, 26. We'll do our best to keep those gentlemen sorted out. Cobbler goal kick. .143 to go. Raiders keeping possession, but really not going for goal. Now Grubik has a move. Shot low, saved by Callahan. A good save. And he'll drive it out, and it'll go long, and it beats Marshall, but he's going to get there. No, the first touch is by the Cobblers, but Tennyson again shows courage, comes out, makes the save off of his line. And I believe that is number 26 again for the Cobblers. Chance Herrera, who's the sophomore forward, who's come in and done a great job causing pressure. Moreland with a little touch, it goes off him. And to the Cobblers, straight up in the air. Kuiper tries to get ahead on it. He doesn't. Sullivan will give chase. He'll pressure. They'll have a little battle there, and the ball will go out of bounds to the Raiders. Raiders throw, and that's going to be a high kick, and looked like Mueller was trying to get his head on it, and there was a foot there, so they will free kick, call the foul. 10 seconds. Hanemichael drives one in, deep. 5, Moreland 4, almost on the end of it, and that ball will roll out of bounds, and that'll be the end of the first half. So to recap the half, the Raiders 2 and your Central Cobblers 1, and we'll recap that first half scoring. In the second minute, Miles Wright scores off of the assist of Josh Mueller, and then the Raiders come back in the 16th minute. We didn't identify who took the first shot. It took a wicked bounce off the turf into Callahan and deflected right back to the feet of senior Raider Trent Poliski for goal 2 for the Raiders. And with 6 minutes left in the half, Cobbler senior Tate Winter scores off an assist of Lip from a set piece, and only the second corner of the game, first for the Cobblers. So a lot of good action through that half. We'll be back for the start of the second half after words from our generous sponsors, bringing you Cobbler Athletics subscription free.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pet?
Welcome back to Sioux Park Stadium, where we count down to start the second half. Cobblers 1, Raiders 2 in tonight's first varsity game of a doubleheader. The girls will follow. We'll get set to go for the second half here of boys varsity action. And both teams will come out of their break. Again, if you missed the halftime recap, Raiders start the scoring with the goal in the second minute by Miles Wright, with the assist from Josh Mueller. And then in the 16th minute, Trent Poliski scored off of a rebound. And the Raiders led 2-0, but in the 34th minute, the Cobblers scored to break the clean sheet of the Raiders, and that was senior captain number 22, who's playing up top today, Tate Winter, with the goal at the 34th minute, an assist from junior Noah Lip. That takes us to the second kickoff where we put 40 on the clock and switch hands. The wind has died a little bit. The wind was at the back of the Raiders in the first half, but now the flags on the near side, as you might be able to see, are down, and on the far side blowing to the south. So welcome to West River, South Dakota wind. Cobblers will start the half. Winner will stay up top. He was made things messy for the Raider defense and really worked hard to get on the end of balls that normally, players might give up on because they see him going long. But he's made everyone a challenge if he can. That goes out of bounds off Banks. Grubik, nice little move. He splits defenders. He goes down the line. Grubik still has it. Goes all the way back, pushed to the middle. Kuiper will get there, but it's going to go out of bounds off of the Raiders, throw to the Cobblers, and looks like number 17, Verminson, will throw this one back to Pitts. Pitts off his chest, tries to play the middle. The Raiders are there. Raiders still on the ball, knocked off the ball. Raider goes down, no call. And defense there by the Cobblers was physical, but that's Mr. Lip once again, the junior, playing defense tonight. Number 21, Noah Lip, having himself a whale of a game in the back line for the Cobblers. And there's another play that goes down, and it's going to be a throw-in to the Raiders. Poliski gets it off a quick reset, a little push, but Poliski keeps his balance, sends it cross field wide outside. Grubik is going to attack. Good angle. Splits defender, left foot, 3 on defenders on. And Wright's taken down, and we're going to have a free kick for the Raiders. It's outside of the box, I believe. They try to restart quick, but the referee is going to move the wall back. And this is just outside of, looks like just by the arc outside the box by about a yard. Mueller, Grubik, and Poliski all stand near the ball. Now Poliski moves away. Wright will be on your left. 5 Cobblers in the wall. Callahan directs. He's giving up the near post to your screen. Mueller and Grubik both. Let's see if we have a run over and then a drive. No, we have a shot and saved by Callahan. Invited Mueller to go to that side, but he read it well. Mueller had to go over the wall, and another ball put in across. And that goes over Moreland's head. Out of frustration, he high-fives the crossbar. And it'll be a goal kick for the Cobblers. A good flurry from the Raiders and a very good attempt on that set piece by Mueller. Just a better save from the junior keeper, Marcus Callahan, to keep this a 1-goal game. And the Cobblers stay just 1 goal from being level. Played out of bounds by Banks. Looks like that might have been Presley giving pressure from the back line. Yep, he'll jog back, and Marshall will put it in. Mueller cuts it up to Grubik. Grubik, ball at his feet. Makes a couple moves, but it's stolen. Stolen by Herrera, who came in and had a great half, and really his hustle helped lead to the corner in the set piece that led to the goal. So a lot of impactful pieces to Cobbler go. That's going to be a foul, I believe. A lot of palms up in the air. The whistle went immediately, and so that's going to be, referee will administer this. Just make sure everybody's okay. No cards given that I can see. No one's going off. I took my eye off the action for a second. So it looks like Poliski now over the ball with the right foot. It'll swing in. Callahan standing in the middle of the line. This one goes low. Mueller tries to run up on it, but Callahan was there, and he'll roll it out quick, but too far. Hanemichael has to take a roll at it. Sullivan's there to push it out to number 23, Kepler, one of the captains. And that one will go all the way back to Tennyson. Tennyson sweeps it up, gets it right to the feet of the Raiders' Marshall. Marshall works it up Poliski. Poliski, a couple deeks, goes to his right, Sends it back outside to Marshall. Marshall's going to do an overlapping run, and he's going to get the ball from Grubik, but just a little light on the touch, and the Cobblers were able to recover, and they're going to counter now. And trying to work down the line, it looks like number 22, Winter, but Raider defense was right there, but the ball will go out of bounds off of Marshall, I believe. Cobbler throw. Cobblers throw back, and they'll retain possession. Nice job there by number 27, Gavin Callahan. And Poliski will pick his pocket and play it back, and they'll set it all the way back to Tennyson, who puts it out to Hanemichael. Hanemichael. Kuiper. Hanemichael. He'll go direct over the top, looking for Moreland. At Moreland's feet. Good touch. Gets it back to Wright. Wright tries to cut one, but too tight. No, he cuts it for Moreland. And Moreland is to be taken down, and I believe it's going to be a penal. It looks like he pointed to the spot. We're going to get a stoppage, and yes, we might even have a card because that was the last man between the goalie and the defender. And if that's the case, it could be a red. And it looks like it's going to be, if he booked him, it's going to be a yellow. I didn't see a booking, but number 17 looks to be walking towards the sideline. I did not see the color of the card. Did you guys catch it? Yellow? Yellow card. And that's going to go to when he winds you. Moreland will stand over the ball. He approaches, drives it low, hard into the goal. Really tough that time for Callahan. Well driven, well taken shot right to the goal. And it's going to be 3-1 Raiders. So in the 47th minute, junior forward Ravi Moreland puts the Raiders up by 2 on a PK, and that same possession, I believe that was Verminson who's going to get the yellow card for the Cobblers, number 17. We're back in play on this one with just over 33 minutes to go. And Tennyson takes a couple peeks, and he'll play it over. From Ward to Mueller. Mueller with the little chip to Marshall. Marshall with the little push up to Grubik. Keeps it in bound. Clever. Cobbler gets a touch on it, so Callahan comes out not to give up the corner, and he'll take the ball and punt it away from the middle of the box. High, high, high. Kuiper gets under it, pushes it upfield. The Cobblers and Banks will get possession. Banks tries to go over the top. Hanemichael was really on his pony that time, and he'll watch it go out of bounds. And Winter's calling for his teammates to come up and put pressure. He's waving them up, saying, "Let's put pressure here. Let's move up." Ball sent to the middle. Poliski looks. He's got a line. He's got on the outside. That's going to be right. Right. Puts it in another gear. He'll get the ball. 1v1 on Guatemala. Quick little move to the right. Another one. See if he gets a shot off. He turns. Blocked by the Cobblers, and he didn't seem to have a lot on it. He maybe caught the top of the ball. Here comes a serve in to Wright, who wanted to flick it on, but it goes out of bounds. He tried to put it back middle where there was two Raiders. Actually, that was Presley. No, Kuiper, who was going to send it back towards Wright and Moreland. Cobbler down there, no call. Poliski's going to take a whack at it. It's a good shot. It was bending, but just bent late. And it'll go out of bounds. Far corner from your screen. Goal kick Cobblers. They'll do a quick retake. Tried to flick it on, didn't touch it. That's going to be Raider ball, I believe. Let's see if the linesman said, yep, Raider ball. Quick throw in to Poliski from Kuiper. And he'll get it back to Presley. Presley over to Mueller, I believe. Nope, that's Ward, excuse me, to Hanemichael. Now that looks like Mueller on the touch, and he'll go all the way back to Tennyson. Tennyson to Ward. Ward squares up, sees the field, goes to Moreland. Moreland with a good controlled touch. A little chip to the outside to Grubik. Good ball, and the flag is up. Flag is up. The offside trap by the Cobblers worked that time. They were positioned high, maybe on the 22, and Grubik just advanced beyond their line, and the flag went up immediately. And we have a arm in the air. Is that a plan? No, it's going to be Raider throw right. On the ball. Little move. See if he gets a shot. He does! Off a Cobbler. Won't be a corner. Kuiper thinks about keeping it in, lets it go, and a throw in quick. Good, smart decision there. Quick to Poliski. Poliski's going to try to turn. Can't. Switches fields over to Mueller. Mueller outside to Grubik. Overlapping run. It looks like Marshall. Grubik won't use it. He'll go inside instead, but Callahan comes off his line, sweeps up the ball, and the Cobblers look to press forward here. It's good. High kick. Winner amongst three Raiders gets up high, gets a touch on it. Hanemichael, though, does well to stay on the ground. Winter bats the ball around. Hanemichael has to kick it out for a corner. So the hustle of Winter, that tenacity, wins only the third corner of the game. Second for the Cobblers. And we'll keep on going here as the fandom gets a little excited. A decent crowd for both schools here. As I take a peek out, Kepler is going to be over the ball. They're attending to Hanemichael, who got twisted up, and now we're going to have a stoppage. Let's hope he's okay. And now he's up, and everything seems to be in order. Let's see. Looks like Winter's going to be right in the middle of things. See if he'll run and try to deflect. Number 27, Callahan is on the back post. Two Cobblers going to run through the middle. Pits one of them. Kepler, a good center. Cobblers are there, but it out of bounds off the head of that looks like either Mr. Winter or Mr. Callahan. Out of bounds. Ward. The senior defender will pop this one out to Marshall. Marshall to Grubik. Grubik all the way back to Ward. Ward will slowly build it up. Now he'll go up over the top, and he's got right. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it in. He does, but nope, the flag comes up. Offsides again. So the Cobblers are really have that measured of what their line should be. They've got the junior or the sophomore for the Raiders, Miles Wright, off a couple times here, but that also shows the aggressive nature of the Raiders. In a good football match here. Sioux Park Stadium pitch. 27:48 to go. Cobblers 1, Raiders 3. Grubik with a little inside-outside move. Doesn't shoot, gets it to the feet, and goal! I think that's Ward who put that's Poliski. Poliski put just the right bend, had time, no one in front of him, and just measured that, and a brilliant strike by number 13, one of the captains, Trent Poliski. And that's going to be in the 53rd minute. And that assist, I believe I called Grubik, but I can't remember now. Yes, it was number 10 who worked the ball that way. So Grubik will earn an assist in the 53rd minute. Raiders now lead 4-1. Cobblers 27-36. To go in this one, and good quality touches by both teams tonight. Good set pieces by the Cobblers. They're up in corners 2-1. And the referee sets us and we go. The Cobblers just kick this one deep, and almost as if they want to set their line now as Winter continues to windmill his arms saying, let's go, press, press, attack, attack. And they do. They move their line up to midfield. And Ward, with the strong leg, let's see if he tries to go over the top. He does. He drives it. Moreland is right there, but so are the Cobblers, and that will go off of Zolnowski. Out of bounds, the Cobblers. Sullivan will take a quick throw. Black Elk Volkman on a touch, but Ward's right there, tries to drive it again. Now Zolnowski has the ball at his feet. Hard touch, gives it up to the Cobblers and Kepler, but his hustle wins it back. Moreland, or Poliski to Moreland. Presley out wide. Zolnowski's got speed, but he's not even fast enough for that one. Kyler's dad was a 100-meter Class AA champion for the Cobblers back in the day. Shout out to Matt. This one tried to clear it by the Cobblers. Raiders keep it in. They work it down the left side. Zolnowski gets a foot in there. See if they take a shot here. No, it's picked. Mueller touching, and goes all the way back. Good decision to spread the field here. Ward switches fields quickly. Marshall right on the ball. Hustles to keep it. Thought about going outside. He's going to go to the middle. Looks like Presley will push it back to Ward. Ward will get it to Poliski. Poliski with a couple little moves being marked well there by Black Elk Volkman. And so Ward will move up and Poliski will move back. And now Hanemichael comes out of the back, but he'll play it forward. Raiders trying to push the ball outside, and this one's going to be a foul on the Cobblers. It'll be free kick from the Raiders. Mueller got tripped up, and he'll be over the ball, and he'll leave it for Ward, who's got the strong leg, and he's about 37 away from goal here. Raiders will set on the back post. We'll see how many runners go near post. Ward goes in. They all stay back post. Ball bounces out of bounds. And to keep onside, they just couldn't advance enough, and Callahan wisely just watches that one go out of bounds. Goal kick for the Cobblers, 24:45 to go. Again, we apologize. The clock has had technical difficulties. We're hearing a lightning strike in the big, didn't last long, but it was heavy gusts and some lightning in a storm in the Rapid City area last night. And one situation was fixed, and it was remedied until lightning took over. So that being said, 24:08, you can see it in the bottom of your clock. If it flashes, it'll come back on. And as I said, we'll try to keep you posted with time. Good job run out here by Guatemala. Oh, just almost a great ball to Black Elk Volkman. Ward was there. Sullivan stays on it, pushes it wide. Everybody's just going to kind of take a breather and watch that one trickle out of bounds. And Tennyson will set it. Ward taking his time here. He'll set the ball. He pushes it to Poliski. Poliski, Kuiper. Kuiper, Ward. Ward, good little move to get Winter to commit over to Mueller. Mueller back to Hanemichael. Hanemichael's going to go back to Tennyson. Here comes the pressure from Winter. Gets it to Ward, who just replaced where Winter left. Ward goes outside to Marshall, I believe. Marshall back to Hanemichael. Hanemichael, good little touch, but right there are the Cobblers. And Hanemichael has to head the ball. Couple jersey tugs by both players, and eventually comes down the feet of the Raiders. And they'll give chase. In for the Raiders now is senior number 22, Charlie Green, who will be playing up top for the Raiders. So with a 3-goal lead, Coach Fierro is going to try to get a few seniors in, and it looks like Logan Ward is going to come off limping, which would not be good for the Raiders, who've been bit by the bug. Marshall will come in, and it looks like Grayson Jackson, the freshman, is now in on defense. Be a drop kick here, or a drop ball, excuse me, and the referee will drop it to Tennyson, start the clock, and Tennyson will toss it over to Marshall. Marshall to Kuiper. Callahan gets picked, but he's right back there to pick him up, his teammate Black Elk Volkman, who keeps this possession alive, and now given up to Zolnowski. He tries to backhill. Guatemala's right there. Kuiper on the follow-up to Mueller. Mueller looking, pushes it up, but too much on that one. And that was too much for Green or your wide player, the outside player. That could be Maccabee, yes. Everett Maccabee also up there, but the ball basically split those two, and it was an easy recovery for the Cobblers. Physicality of this one's picked up in the last couple of minutes. Both teams now getting into more challenge situations here. A few harder tackles and challenges. And off that is a free kick. Hanemichael just plays it back to Jackson. Jackson rolls one. Winter applies pressure. He's got to be tired. Marshall out of the back. Pushes up to Kuiper. Kuiper, Poliski. Poliski, Marshall. Marshall goes over the top, and Cobbler was there. Good job. Let's get glass on that. That's number 13 for the Cobblers. Let's see if I have. That is Daniel Gibson, senior, in now for the Cobblers. Had a nice job there. On the right side, Raiders with the ball. It's going to be a touch, but two Cobblers close. And Mueller, couldn't get there. Now Maccabee takes it on the end of the light. Another good pass, and it goes out of bounds. A little hard touch there, out of bounds, and goal kick for the Cobblers. 20 and change to go in this one. Following this one, we'll do a little station change and then come right back for girls varsity action. Cobblers trying to work this one out of the back. The Raiders keep the ball in their half. And a good pass. Oh, a missed touch, but another good pass. Couple touches trying to dribble through and just can't was Poliski. But a shot and over the top, and I think we're going to have a corner. Yes. And that shot looked to come from Mueller, I believe. Any right, it's out of bounds. Corner for the Raiders. Both teams even at 2 there. And Poliski and Mueller. Poliski doesn't go short. He drives it in. It's slow. The ball goes across the face. No Raiders there. Cobblers touch it out. And Winter gets a head on it. Beats Ward, but Ward has support from Hanemichael, and they both recover, but the Cobblers get in there and knock the ball away. That was Lip. Oh, nope, that's number 30. Jackson Bergman, who came in and got a touch on it, went off the Raiders. It'll be a throw for the Cobblers, and we have a substitution coming in for the Cobblers is number 5, Larson, for Bergman, number 30. Sullivan will give a couple dribbles, and I think we're ready to go here as the referee is set for play. Black Elk Volkman. Sullivan tries to bend one in, and that was Sales that had the touch, and Black Elk Volkman just was a little too much on that through ball for him, and it went to the Raiders. Cobblers building back up. Good turn there. Sullivan tries to go inside out, and he caught the heel of his off foot as he was doing the little crossover and goes out of bounds. Saw his frustration in himself. Knew he had a good chance there if he could just beat Kuiper. Now the Raiders will substitute, and it looks like Moreland comes back in. No, that's number 25 coming in for the Raiders. Let me go to my second sheet here. That is Mitchell Woodkey, a sophomore forward, who's going to see some time now for the Raiders. Raiders push that one. Poliski out to Jackson, over to Maccabee. Maccabee to number 31. Alex Peck in the game now. And the Cobblers try to go wide to senior number 13, Daniel Gibson, the senior defender. Ball just long. Hanemichael thought about kicking it, does it. Dangerous ball there, but it rolls casually to Ward. Ward pushes it up, tries to go to Woodkey. It's pushed back shot and saved. Good angle, just didn't have a chance to get a lot on it, and Tennyson doesn't take chances protecting a 3-goal lead. Goes down and secures the ball. Raiders push it up, and it'll go out of bounds. Throw for the Cobblers. 16 and change to go in this one. Cobblers send it up top, off the head of Winter. Kuiper tries to kick it away, but Sullivan's there. Sullivan will keep it at his feet. This time he gets it to Winter. Hanemichael's right there. Does a good job with that challenge. Maccabee gives a little stop and roll, but he doesn't get a touch on the ball to slow it down. Unfortunately, he slipped, and the ball went out of bounds. So to the Cobblers. Quick reset to the center. Stolen away by Peck. Peck working hard. Green. Takes it up. And the Cobblers moving it to the right. Good ball, but right there is Kuiper. They were looking for Sullivan. He probably would have been offsides. Woodkey on the run, and good touch, but his touch was long, and it rolls right to Callahan, who's had a busy night, but a good night. He's been solid off the line. Peck slides to try to keep the ball for the Raiders, but their referee just is going to call the foul. Free kick for the Cobblers. Peck got a little bit of the ball, but I believe a little bit of the body on that far side. It's hard to tell. Let's see if we get some glass on who that was. Not sure. Pitts took the free kick. Goes up to Guatemala, and Black Elk Volkman's working up there too, but other side, Maccabee. Maccabee takes on the run. Beats the outside. See if he can get a ball across. Does, and it's going to win a corner for the Raiders. No, goal kick, they're going to say. Everett was confident. He was rolling the ball to the corner, and the official said, no, that's a goal kick. Callahan surveys the field. He'll go short. Good job there with a little fake roll by Lip. Lip tries to go wide, goes too long, but Callahan keeps it in. Back to Gibson. Ball changes possession. Raider rolls over the ball. Maccabee, he gets it back. He's double teamed, pokes it back to Jackson. Jackson back to Hanamichael. Hanamichael will send it over to Ward. Ward challenged by Winter. Winter just hustling. That goes up to Mueller. Mueller short ball to Peck. Peck fights it. Right up there with Peck is number 22, Green, the senior. They challenge for the ball, but the Cobblers come out with it and will win the throw-in, and we have a substitution for the Cobblers. And coming in will be number 23, one of the captains, junior, Chase Kepler, who's also had a very busy evening. Cobblers. And Jamin Guatemala, the senior, will throw in the ball. Good throw, a little flick by Larson, but goes to the Raiders. Ward to Peck. Poked away. Larson gets a touch. Hanamichael's there. Peck touches it backwards. And the Cobblers, Winter was there, got a touch. He went to the ground, no call. Kuiper and Sullivan continue to have a good little battle. The battle of the threes. Been a good matchup there. This one's put in. There's a Cobbler in the box, but too good by the defense of Jackson. The freshman came back and got a good defensive header on that, and Raiders didn't clear, but they controlled, and now they'll get it over the end line, but right back come the Cobblers. Some physical play again, and that ball's chipped back. Good ball. Woodkey, let's see if he can get his left foot on it this time. He does, but it's off a Cobbler. He'll try to keep it in. Does. And goes off a Cobbler out of bounds. I believe that's going to be a Raider throw. Oh, we got a card. And there we have a booking into the box. And going off is going to be the junior. Called his name a lot tonight. That's number 21. Noah Lip with 11:26 to go. So at about the 70th minute, Lip will go off. Raiders will have a throw and try to keep it in with the little back heel move. Good. Drive it in. Oh, and a great defensive header there. Let's get a number on that. It was either 13 or 27. It looked like Gibson. Good position and headed the ball out. And that everted the danger of the Raider attack. Cobblers now on a little counter. Let's see if they can get a through ball. Good weight on that. Good height. They're going to track it down on that side. Winter, and he just can't get his body turned. Logan Ward with a masterful bit of positioning on defense, just did not give a good angle to the relentless pursuit of senior captain for the Cobblers, Tate Winter. Another ball outside to Woodkey. Woodkey this time is not going to have the wheels to track that one down, although he tried, and it's going to be a throw for the Cobblers. Ten minutes to go in this one. Round one of crosstown rivalry. Boys Class AA action on GoRaidersLive.com, liveticket.tv. You can also find it YouTube Central Cobblers, subscription free. Cobblers set the throw, goes backwards, and ball will go to the middle. Nice job there of control it. Almost picked. Raiders being persistent. It looks like Peck up front. He gets set down Green, and it's going to be a foul on the Raiders. And the combination of Peck and Green up top for the Raiders just trying to get in there and poke check and make things messy for the Cobblers. Drew a foul. Cobblers possess in their half. Try to push it up. Stolen. See if we get a shot here. No, they're going to push forward and stonewalled there by Sales, the sophomore. Out of bounds to the Cobblers. Guatemala, quick throw in. Sales turns, good turn. Referee got in the way a little, but in the end favored the Cobblers. Tries to go to winner. Jackson went down, thought there might be a call. There wasn't. This ball tried to give and go. A little too much. Ward was there and just clears it up towards Mueller. Raiders just push it up so that Zolnowski and Green can give chase. That ball too hard and goes out of bounds off of, I believe, Black Elk Volkman. Kuiper. Throw this one in for the Raiders. Gets it in. Stolen nicely there by the Cobblers, number 27, Callahan. That's Gavin Callahan. Good battle in the midfield there. It looks like ball out of bounds. No, it kept it in, chipped it up, but the Cobblers are right there. Good defensive header. Physical play, and yep, I think they're going to call a foul on the Raiders. Just a physical challenge, a little too much. I believe that's Maccabee on the right side. And he'll draw, or he'll earn the foul and free kick for the Cobblers. They'll drive it long to the side. They have a player on stride. Good job. Little give and go. Hanemichael recovers on Sullivan, and I thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he just rolls it casually to Jackson, who puts it up the field. Ball stays in bounds. 6:45 to go. Cobblers 1, Raiders 4. Green with a little ball to Zolnowski, but just couldn't get a touch on it. Green picks the pocket of the Cobblers. Physical play there. Rubbin's racing. And we continue to play on. Peck sends it down the line. But this will go, no, won't go out of bounds. A little bump there between Zolnowski and Gibson, I believe, number 13, who's come in and done a nice job. Number 13, senior defenseman Daniel Gibson. 6 minutes to go in this one. Substitution for the Raiders looks like coming on is number 15. Moreland, I believe, came back on. Yes, he did. So both coaches, Coach Fierro and Coach Zabrowski for the Cobblers, went to their bench a lot tonight. Try to keep fresh players on this warm night, kind of a windy but warm, dry but humid, just kind of a weird night, and tried to keep fresh players there. Grounds crew did a good job of cooling down the field. Moreland's going to be on side. He's got a 1v1, but courage by Marcus Callahan went beyond the box, knew he had to play it with his feet, and very athletically got up in the air and knocked it away. But now a touch again to Moreland, but this flag goes up, offside, no goal. Clear offside. It was as soon as the ball was touched and Moreland put a foot on it, it was flagged straight in the air. Unlucky for the Raiders. But again, the Cobblers have been gambling with that offside trap. There's a bump by the Cobblers that'll earn a free kick for the Raiders. Hanemichael looks like he's up on the jog to maybe get over the ball. Mueller calls him back. Oh, referee wants the ball to be set back. So that's what so Hanemichael from about 32, 33 from the face of the goal. We'll put this in. High, drives it back, corner, hit in, down at the feet of the Raiders. Oh, great putback goal! Moreland with his second. In the 77th minute. And it was off of the head. I'm not sure who had it back in off of the service from Hanemichael, but a great set piece. I'll hope to get a name. I don't know if that was Kuiper. I think it was Kuiper or Ward who sent it back in from the set piece. And I'm going to mark both with a question mark and get that later. But the Raiders will secure this one. It'll be 5-1. Three and change to go. Corner kick for the Cobblers. It's their third. Outswinger. Right of the goal. There's no one there. Headed. Oh, just wide. Unlucky for Winter because he really has worked hard enough to earn and deserve a goal. It slipped under Tennyson. Winter got a head on it and just not sure it happened so fast if his flick was a little wide or just a little late and it went wide. Either way, good chance there for the Cobblers on a good set piece taken by junior captain Chase Kepler. Cobblers give up the ball there, and it was a weird little deflection and a flick by Peck, but Callahan easily came off his line just a couple steps and gobbled that one up, and back come the Cobblers now. Nice little turn by Volkman, and he's going to earn a free kick with that nice little move. Good ball skills there by senior Kaiden Black Elk Volkman, number 19. And let's see who's over the ball for the Cobblers. This is about how far Sturgis was away. Kepler takes one, drives it to goal just over the top. And a goal kick. Tennyson did well to get up and then draw his hand back so he didn't give up a corner. But with the wind pretty much dead right now, Kepler. Quick retake, dangerous free kick strike there for the Cobblers. Raiders kind of bunched there. Peck and Poliski, eventually they spread out, get the ball. Kuiper comes up the left. Over to Woodkey. Woodkey is dispossessed by Volkman, Black Elk Volkman and Lip. They try to push it through. There's an on ball. And Tennyson saw the burst from Winter and took no chances, ran out and secured it on the ground. 1 minute to go in this one. Cobblers trail 1-5. Black Elk Volkman gets it, tries to go through to Sullivan. It's pushed up wide. Zolnowski gives chase. Zolnowski works back to try to help the defense, and he'll eventually kick the ball out, but there's going to be a free kick awarded to – they reset the ball, but I thought the whistle – we're going to have a stoppage here with 33 seconds. I think the referee was thinking play on, but the player is not up, and there's a host of players from both sides surrounding them. And that looks like Callahan, Gavin Callahan. Colton Kuiper goes over and gives him a, hey, good job, man, shake. He seems to be walking off slow, but it's good to see him walking off his own power. He'll actually send number 2, Logan Bergman, back to the bench because even if it's 30 seconds, sophomore number 27, Gavin Callahan has had a whale of a game, and he wants to stay in it. Clock goes 20 and change in this one. Offside flag. Raiders will just casually let the Cobblers set this one. They won't set it and probably get a touch on it till about the 10-second countdown. And that one goes over the top of Hanemichael. A little push. Winner with a shot right into Tennyson. And then the Cobblers look like number 33 just couldn't time the half volley and didn't get a shot off. And that's a final. So that's the final whistle. And we'll have a game recap here. The Raiders will move to 8-1-1. And the Cobblers move to 1-6-2. The Raiders are next in action on the 16th, hosting STM right here at Sioux Park. And the Cobblers, 2 days later, will travel to Dakota Fields and be the visitors against STM on September 18th. And recap our scoring really quick here. Raiders, Miles Wright, 2nd minute. Trent Poliski in the 16th and 53rd. Ravi Moreland in the 47th and 77th. The 47th was off a PK. And the Cobblers goal by senior captain number 22, Tate Winner, in the 34th minute with the assist from junior number 21, Noah Lip. Thank you for following Cobbler Athletics. Subscription free on GoCobblersLive.com, liveticket.tv. We'll see you next time.